How's it going, ladies and Bruce? I'm Bobby Sixkilla. Welcome back to Corpse Factory. It's time for us to explore our new abandoned factory. Just like we always wanted, where we can keep all our corpses. Let's get in there, shall we? The abandoned factory is almost exactly how I imagined it would be. Me too, actually. Tall, broad, foreboding, full of bodies, eroded and worn down, with brick walls and steel sheeting covering the thick layers of black exhaust. Gigantic metal pipes protruding from within and wrapping around the exterior, only to re-enter through the vents here and there. A series of ventilation shafts and chimneys line the roof, but they don't release even a single puff of smoke. This place has been shut down for a long, long time. The front entrance is located at the rear of a small parking lot. It's a simple steel door that has been chained up and padlocked. Further along the side of the building is the loading dock, an expanse of asphalt that leads to a concrete path and a giant roller door. In the dock sits a derelict van covered in a brown tarpaulin.
This place is amazing!
You haven't seen inside yet.
I glance toward the steel door, surely securely chained, and wonder if anyone has entered within the last decade. If Curator has checked out the inside, then he did well covering his tracks.
How do we get in?
Around here.
I follow his lead as he walks toward the corner of the building. A steel railing bars our path, but he swiftly hurdles over it and continues down the side of the factory. I take a minute to climb the railing, making sure not to twist an ankle as I stick the landing on the other side.
Through here.
Curator points to an open window. Thankfully, there seems to be enough of a gap for someone as large as Curator to slip through. I shouldn't have an issue getting in either, despite my thin, heavy-set frame. He slides in first and I quickly follow. And with that, I find myself inside the factory. The place is huge. It's an open plan design and it's pretty much empty. A few stray pieces of odd machinery line one wall. A small forklift, a pallet jack, and a bunch of buckets and mops catch my attention. All of this could be useful for our little operation. A number of iron workbenches are piled up in a stack. They look heavy and rusted, but they'd probably make good tables for resting corpses on. Aside from these miscellaneous items, the factory is essentially bare. The concrete floor is in bad shape, cracked and worn from probably 50 years of use. The thick brick walls are scorched in some places and dented in others. Still.
It's perfect.
Thanks. Figured you'd approve.
How did you know about this place?
Curator doesn't answer immediately. His eyes turn to the stupendously high ceiling with its array of glass sunlights beaming down from above us upon us. After a minute, he turns back to me.
Dad used to work here.
His dad?
What did he do here?
This place used to manufacture steel fencing. Chain link fences, barbed wire, chicken mesh, that kind of thing.
Huh, I see.
A lot of that is imported now. There's still an industry here, but Dad couldn't compete. Went out of business maybe a dozen years ago. Died about a month later.
He died?
That's how it goes.
I'm sorry.
We weren't close. Well, could have been closer.
So, how come no one else bought the factory?
Look around. It's a dump. Who'd want it? Cost a fortune to fix or rebuild. Wonder if it was waiting for us.
Yeah. I wonder.
It definitely all seems too good to be true, but this is the real deal. This is our factory now.
Going half on this, right?
Right.
Okay. Good. Welcome home then. Or something.
Let's work well together.
Roger that.
I've entered an unlikely partnership with Curator. We've obtained a base of operations safe from prying eyes. The next step is to fill this factory with corpses and carry on with Corpse Girl's grand scheme.
Thanks for accompanying me home.
No problem. Should I come upstairs?
No, I don't think that's necessary.
Or appropriate.
Okay. By the way, when are we starting work?
Well, as soon as as soon as Corpse Girl receives another request for a death, we can start on it.
Oh. No grand heist from the morgue first?
Think about it. It's important that the cadavers I use match the details of my victims. I won't know what kind of cadaver to use until I receive a photo of the victim.
Guess that makes sense.
I thought you were going to take all of them at once.
What's the big plan anyway? How do we lift corpses from the morgue?
I had a feeling you'd ask about this sooner or later. I did tell him I had the perfect plan after all.
I imagine the biggest issue is writing off the bodies, so to speak. If a cadaver goes missing or is unaccounted for, there will be an investigation. Am I right?
Guess so.
We need to be able to take the bodies away from the morgue without anyone ever knowing they're gone. So, the solution is simple. We only take the cadavers that are due to be cremated.
That seems obvious.
Okay, wise guy. A delivery company picks up the cremains nearly every day.
Huh? Cremains?
That's what the ashes are called.
Just burn some wood. Like, can you tell the difference?
Oh, right.
So what do we hand over? Empty canisters?
It's simple. Fake ashes.
Yeah, right. Fake ashes. Like I just have those lying around.
Curator stops mid-sentence and stares straight at me.
Huh. Might be onto something.
Don't tell me you do have those lying around.
Not fake ashes. Real cremains. Bodies are cremated every day. Wouldn't be hard to take a bit off the top.
Huh?
Could probably get away with like a quarter?
I'm confused. What are you talking about?
Sauce. Every time someone gets cremated, I'll collect a quarter of the ashes, store them, put them aside.
Why don't just burn some wood at home and then use that?
Won't take long to fill up a whole canister.
Let me see if I follow you. You gather up a little bit of ash from every cadaver that gets cremated. Whenever we want to hoist a body from the morgue, we use the previously gathered ashes to fill a canister. We slap a label on it that says, "These are the remains of so-and-so." Then we take so-and-so out of the morgue. We record that their body has been cremated, when in reality, it's been snatched from the morgue. I imagine the canister of ashes just gets picked up with all the others going out on the same day.
Pretty much. We also put a token in the canister.
A token?
Like a dog tag. Has the cadaver's serial number engraved on it. Normally attached to the body before cremation. They don't burn. Lets the cremains be identified later.
I see. Can we get our hands on those tokens?
Sure. The bodies we're lifting from the morgue are due for cremation anyway. I can get the tokens engraved without a hitch. Proper serial numbers and all.
Okay, good. This is getting complicated, though. There's quite a bit we have to remember to do.
That's all very way too easy, right?
Don't worry. I'll take you through it when we need to. Most importantly, I'll need to start gathering portions of cremains. Need to have those collected in advance.
Yeah. Thanks. Really.
No props, but big question remains.
What's that?
How do we move cadavers out of the morgue? Ever tried lifting a stiff? Not easy. And you're no bodybuilder. No offense.
None taken?
Look, security in the joint is minimal. I'm there alone like 90% of the time. We don't have to worry too much about getting busted. As long as we cover our tracks, of course, and only take cadavers we've written off, as you put it. Bodies nobody will come looking for.
Hang on. Are there security cameras, alarm systems, anything like that?
Don't think so. Plenty in the hospital proper, though.
That's fine. As long as the morgue is clear.
Still, answer my question. How do we move the bodies? You got a hearse? A truck?
No, but surely we could get something. What about a small van?
You got a license?
No.
Need a driver's license. And not just that, needs to be suitable for a van. A medium vehicle license, I think.
You need a special license to drive a van? I mean, not here, but there? Japan?
Oh, I don't have a license, but surely driving a van can't be that hard, right? We could just rent a van and wing it.
But you get pulled over.
Uh-huh. Can't even rent one without a license.
Okay then. Do you have the right license?
Don't look at me. Never driven a vehicle in my life.
Yeah, me neither.
Great. So this is a bust.
I put my head in my hands. We got so far. We secured a factory, planned out our heist, and...
Hang on.
I whip out my phone out of my bag and skim through my noise contacts. I'd prefer to text than call, but I'm too impatient right now to wait for a response. I start a voice chat request and wait for the recipient to answer. Tomoe?
Hey, Skank, what up?
Yeah.
Tomoe, hey, you got a sec?
Sure.
Do you have a driver's license?
Yep. No car, though.
Okay, what kind of vehicle is your license good for?
Like, cars and scooters.
Not vans?
I mean, I don't think so.
I curse under my breath.
Yo, what's the problem? You need a lift or something?
Not quite. I need to, pick something up.
Oh, something big? That why you need a van?
Yeah?
I don't know if there's anything I can do about that. I can't even rent a van with my license.
Yeah, I know.
I shoot a deathly glance at Kojiro as he just shrugs, a look of I told you so on his face.
I mean, if you're desperate, you could just buy a van.
Huh?
I see secondhand vans listed for sale all the time. Check out the noise marketplace and the classifieds pages. No one will check for a license on a private sale. It's just one chump selling a van to another chump.
Holy shit. You're right. You're a genius.
Well, I don't know about that.
Thank you. Oh, by the way, you wouldn't object to a driving gig, would you?
I do owe you one, I suppose. You want me to drive a van, though? If I get busted on my license, I'll go to prison.
You won't go to prison. It'll be a fine at most, I think.
I look at Kojiro and he gives me another shrug.
Look, if you get a fine, I'll pay for it. That cool?
Yeah, what the hell? What are the chances of getting busted anyway, right? Can you text me the deets or whatever? The address and stuff? Shinny just got to my place, so I gotta get the door.
Okay, will do. Thanks, Tomoe.
Sure. Later, slut!
I end the call and feel a wave of excitement flooding through me.
You get all that?
More or less. You girls sure are loud.
Sorry. So, I'll need you to do me a favor.
Buy a van, right?
Yeah, you're a big, strong man. You won't get ripped off. I'm just a poor little girl.
Cut it out. I'll do it. But you got the money?
As a matter of fact.
I finally remember swindling a cool 500,000 yen from Kotomi Ida just this week.
We've got a 500,000 budget. Will that do?
Maybe. Can't get you anything modern, but I'm sure it's enough.
Great. You think you can get something tomorrow?
I'll try. The noise marketplace, right?
That's right.
Well, no promises. I'll do my best.
Thank you. Really.
Yeah. Okay. I'm heading off. Unless you actually do want me to come upstairs.
No.
Roger that. See you tomorrow.
No.
Probably.
Oops. Kojiro turns with little more than a wave, exits the building and crosses the street. I quickly ascend the stairs with a slight spring in my step. Friday morning already. Back to work, is it? I'm more eager than usual to get the day started. When I get out of bed, I take my medication, just like usual. I've been good at keeping up with it lately, sticking to my newfound convictions. I wash down the tablets with a glass of water. After getting dressed, I put on my makeup. The same morning routine, the same movements, the same actions. But I feel good today. I'm not dragging my feet. And maybe that things are moving forward, both for me and for Corpse Girl. As I'm packing my handbag, I receive a call from Aoi. Aoi, I haven't spoken to her for a little while. In fact, the last time we spoke, I think it was way back when she didn't come into the office for her first day of work. That was nearly 2 weeks ago. Shit, I really dropped the ball. I'm supposed to be trying to look after her, but I've been so caught up with my own crap. In addition, I've been actively trying to put her out of my mind in order to get over my feelings for her. And now I feel like I've just neglected the poor girl, at a time when she needed me the most. I hurriedly answer the call, too guilty to keep her waiting any longer.
Aoi! Hey, Noriko? I'm so glad you called. I've been a terrible friend. I haven't kept in touch with you.
No, it's okay. Really, I've been busy. I should have called you earlier.
Seriously, I'm sorry.
It's okay.
Did you want to talk to me about something?
Yes. Well, I think so.
Please, you can talk to me about anything. I'm Noriko, remember?
Yes, that's true.
Oh man, I just forgot who you were. I didn't even know that when I rang you. Don't know why I'm on this call even.
So, I wanted to ask, have you ever heard of something called Corpse Girl's website?
Aoi knows about Corpse Girl?
Yeah, I've heard rumors.
Really? Wow. So, does it really exist?
Apparently, yeah.
I couldn't find any solid information about it. What is it?
Well...
How do I explain this to her? Should I explain this to her? Are we so sweet and innocent? Does she need to know about a website designed to conjure the omnipresent specter of death?
It's all just hearsay. I wouldn't take it too seriously. Oh, but I want to know. Well, people say that you can use the site to request somebody's death. Request a death? But how? How does it work? Really, I don't know. I've heard that the victim receives a photo of their own corpse. The photo is supposedly sent from the future. Whoa. Really? That sounds like something from a manga. Yeah. Suppose it does. Have you ever used the website? Of course not, silly. What kind of person do you think I am?
I don't know, serial killer?
Sorry. Why are you so excited about this anyway? Oh, no reason. I kinda just like weird stuff like this. You do? Huh, I never knew that. You don't know everything about me, Miss Noriko.
Even through the phone, I can sense that Aoi is in a happier mood than usual. Her cheery voice gives me a sense of nostalgia, and I think back to the time we spent together in school.
Don't go using the site, okay? It's not good to mess with crap like that. Don't worry. I wouldn't use something so scary. I just heard about it, and, well, I got kind of curious is all. Alright. By the way, how is everything? Are you still working at the maid cafe? Yeah. And that customer of yours? He's still around.
Yeah, people like that don't go away, huh? Not on their own.
You're not in trouble, are you? No.
A light suddenly switches on in my mind and I realize why Aoi was asking about Corpse Girl's website.
Aoi? You're not thinking about requesting that guy's death, are you? Aoi? You told me that you didn't even want to get the police involved. Now you want him dead? It's not what you think, okay? If he dies, it won't be because of me, right? Then the rest of my family won't know I was involved. They won't disown me or think less of me. Aoi. Look, I'm not going to go ahead with it, okay? Besides, you don't even believe the site works. So...
I feel terrible for Aoi. Parts of me wants to scream for her to do it, to request that asshole's death and let me or Corpse Girl take care of him. But part of me knows that she can't handle it. She'd be crushed with guilt if he really did die. She's delicate and emotional. Being responsible for the death of another human being, a family member at that, would devastate her. Aoi, my best advice for you is to go to the police. Don't mess with requesting his death. Okay, I gotta go now. I can see her pouting face in my mind, the face she makes when she doesn't get something she wants. She's not a childish person, but her disappointment is often evident in her expressions.
I'll speak to you soon, okay? Okay, bye.
She ends the call and I heave a sigh. I get the nagging feeling that she's going to do something rash, but really, can I blame her? That guy, whoever he is, has been harassing her for so long, it's only natural she'd be at her wit's end. So, if she makes a request, I'll take care of him, and if the guilt eats away at her, I'll be there to comfort her. It's the least I can do as her friend, Noriko. It's the least I can do as Corpse Girl. As I resume getting ready for work, I can't help but replay the conversation in my head. Aoi definitely seemed excited about the prospect of Corpse Girl's website being the real deal. Excited, eager, filled with anticipation, that same dizzying feeling I get whenever I'm waiting for a victim's death. Waiting for a victim's death. And then it hits me, and I immediately realize why Aoi was so excited, why she called me in such an uncharacteristically talkative mood. She wanted my opinion on Corpse Girl's operation. She wanted affirmation. Confirmation. She wanted reassurance that her victim really is going to perish. She doesn't know that I'm Corpse Girl, she simply wanted a knowledgeable friend to confirm if the rumors are true. Because she has already submitted her victim's photo to the website. And she can't wait to find out if he's going to die. Throwing my handbag to the floor, I grab my laptop from the bed. It's right where I left it before falling asleep last night. I boot it up and log into Corpse Girl's website. The little blinking notification that I dream about seeing greets me. 3 new requests.
3 new requests? How?
I can't believe what I'm seeing. I quickly queue up the photos to download. It's those 3. From the shop at the start. Wait, it's it's our character that we started with, plus 2 of the people from the shop, but not the other one. The one that stole the money. She's not there. But the other 2 are, plus our main character at the start. After a few seconds, they all open up and I flick through them with a dumbfounded expression plastered across my face. They're all female, so it rules out my theory that Aoi has requested the death of the guy harassing her. I suppose she really was just excited about the prospect of the website, but hadn't actually gone through with anything yet. But what really surprises me about the new request is that I recognise one of the young women, yet another person I'm familiar with. Out of all the people in the world, what are the chances of knowing multiple people requested through the website? The girl is Emi Katsuno. If I remember correctly, she went to senior high school with Aoi, Shinya and myself. I never liked her much. In fact, she was somewhat of a bully toward me. Nothing more than name calling, but in my mind, that's as bad as anything else. It's not hard to imagine someone wanting her dead. The other 2 victims are strangers to me, a ditzy-looking airhead with pink hair, and a worn-out, strained woman who could be anywhere from 20 to 40. To get through requests all at once is remarkable. How am I going to work through all of these? And they're all from the same shop. Jesus. It's a shame that my operation with Curator isn't fully set up yet. It'd be fantastic to go all out on these requests, securing some corpses, and taking some truly convincing photos. There's no use stressing over that. The best thing I can do is simply get to work on forging some photos. In fact, maybe I'll skip work today so I can dedicate the time to crafting these photos. It's Friday after all. It's pretty much the weekend. No one will care if I don't show up at the office. I nod to myself as if convincing my own mind that I'm making the right choice. I load up the database of the deceased. I step outside my apartment building, squinting in order to defend my assault from the overwhelming rays of sunlight assaulting my eyes. As narrow as my vision is, I'm able to determine that Kojiro was nowhere to be seen. Where is he? Once again, he's making me wait. As I mumble under my breath, I hear the screeching of tires and watch in disbelief as a van pulls up outside my apartment building. Hey, it's quite nice. It's a beat-up old thing that may have once been white, but is now covered in grime. The windows are either tinted or encrusted with dirt. To my surprise, the window on the passenger side lowers and I see some familiar faces. Next to Kojiro on the driver's seat is none other than Tomoe. She's waving and grinning like a lunatic.
Hey, skank!
How did he know where to find her? Wait, yeah, what the fuck?
So, how's this?
My face must reveal my fury because Kojiro flinches before I can even respond.
Where did you even get this piece of shit?
Some guy.
Some guy? What guy?
Some guy.
That's some guy from the Noise Marketplace. Only wanted $250 for it. So, here's the other half of your money back. You're welcome.
Nice. He holds up the paper bag I gave him earlier. It seems to still have a bit of weight to it. When Kojiro showed up at my apartment earlier this morning, he told me he'd found a great deal on a van. I had a good feeling about it, and I handed him the money to go and secure the vehicle. However, he mentioned that he needed a driver to haul it back. He asked me to call Tomoe for assistance. Thankfully, Tomoe agreed to help. Any opportunity to leave the office is good enough for her. I never expected her and Kojiro to come back driving a death trap on wheels.
Unbelievable.
It doesn't look that bad.
We're not going to die in this thing, are we?
Who knows?
It has AC!
Oh, nice.
Great.
Keep the bodies cool.
Did you ask the guy if anyone has ever been murdered in it?
They will be soon.
What do you care? It's gonna see a lot of corpses before we're done with it.
He's got a point. I still don't feel good about it.
We're picking up corpses in this thing.
It's important. And you owe me one, remember?
That shit's gross. I don't mind driving, but come on. Whatever. As long as I don't have to touch nothing.
I'm doing the heavy lifting. Don't worry.
Tomoe leans over Kojiro and squeezes past him awkwardly to speak to me in a hushed voice.
Who is this weirdo anyway? When you said you wanted me to go pick up a van, I thought you'd put me in decent company.
Oh no, we're murderers. We don't keep decent company. We keep psychos just like ourselves.
Sorry. He's my, business partner.
This is all for corpse girl shit, right? Well, whatever. I'm cool with it. Just hope this dude doesn't try to cut me or nothing.
I wouldn't put it past him. She pulls back and gives Kojiro some air.
Anyway, get in.
Huh? Why?
Going to the morgue.
Hang on. I haven't planned anything yet. You want to do this now?
If not now, when?
Any other time, after I've had a chance to get organized.
You have requests, right?
Yeah, 3, actually.
Right, so let's go get some bodies that match.
But you haven't even had time to put aside any ashes. You were gonna collect a little from each cremation and put them aside and—
Already done.
Seriously?
Worked night shift last night. Got like 3 or 4 canisters saved up. You said you've got 3 requests? Well, how convenient.
How convenient.
But
This operation was your idea. You want to do it or not?
Yeah, she doesn't want to do it now. I'm just not ready. Kojiro thinks he can just rock up to my place and take me to the morgue, somewhere I've never been. Such a weird conversation. Stop pushing me into going to the morgue to steal cadavers, please. I've had no time to prepare myself. Not even time to think about it. Visiting the factory yesterday left me feeling pretty exhausted. Having to tackle another new place today is simply too much to ask.
I told you I'd guide you through the process, right? There's nothing to worry about.
you don't understand. I've never been to the morgue before.
Tomoe shoots me a quizzical look from behind Kojiro.
You nervous? I think I understand. For me, it's the most relaxing place on Earth. My little sanctuary.
Really?
Sure. No one to talk to me, no one to bother me. Unless you count the dead, of course.
I suppose that's true.
And you won't be alone. You've got me and this chick.
It's Tomoe. Thank you very much.
This chick.
Right. Sauce.
I take a deep breath and brace myself for the next thing I'm about to say.
Okay, let's go.
Kojiro was right. Everything will be okay. I need to get used to going to the morgue. It's a new place, but it's going to be an essential place. I tell myself that this is all for Corpse Girl. For me. For us. Kojiro pulls the van's sliding door open and I take a careful step inside. Yeah, man. Suck it up, dude. The morgue is a lot colder than I imagined it would be. But you don't want them to rot, do you? I berate myself for not bringing a sweater, but there's nothing I can do about it now. The place has an icy, otherworldly feel to it. It's depressing and clinical and devoid of hope. And then there's the stench. It's not as overwhelming as I feared it may be, but it lingers and claws at my senses. It clings inside my nostrils and mouth, and the very interior of my skull. It's very easy to understand why Kojiro's clothes always smell like this place. Once the odor gets a grip on you, it doesn't let go.
Honey, I'm home.
A poor joke and poor taste, even for Kojiro. I feel like I'm gonna vomit. Even Tomoe is looking a bit paler than normal. I'm surprised she accompanied us inside after she spent the whole drive over insisting that she would stay in the van.
They store bodies in here?
That's what the lockers are for, isn't it?
Of course. See all these lockers? They're cold chambers. Pretty much all of them are full. A body in each.
Fucking disgusting.
Noriko?
Yeah?
I keep things in order around here. Chambers on the left wall are cadavers due for cremation.
And what about the lockers on the right wall?
No touchy-touchy. They're new arrivals or they're being collected for some reason or other. Autopsy, funeral, etc.
Got it. So, we can only make use of the cadavers in the lockers on the left wall.
That's a bingo.
I listlessly walk over to the left wall. There must be dozens of cold chambers here, all lined up in neat rows. Some doors are slightly ajar and peeking inside reveals that they're empty, but the vast majority are sealed tight, the occupants within sleeping soundly.
Hey, question.
Shoot.
How do I know who is in each locker? Like, if I wanted to get an old woman's corpse, do I just have to search blindly?
I imagine this guy's got a record of everything.
Nah.
Okay, then what do I do?
Come here.
I walk over to Kojiro and follow him to a large computer monitor mounted on the far wall. He taps on a little panel and set into the wall, and a shelf pops out revealing a keyboard and mouse. Fancy.
Familiar with databases?
Somewhat.
Perhaps all my data entry experience at Temujin will pay off here.
It's pretty simple anyway. Live database contains the current inventory items.
Ew. Ugh. You refer to these bodies as inventory items?
What would you call them?
Well, like, they used to be real people and shit, right? Why not show some respect?
I don't understand. They're cadavers.
I put a trembling hand on Tomoe's shoulder. I want to comfort her, but the act of doing so is too alien to me.
Don't worry about him, Tomoe. He can be a bit insensitive.
He's a freak.
Wow. Ouch.
No, she's not wrong. Tomoe scoffs and makes a gesture with her middle finger. I'm a little surprised that she's so bothered by this. It's kind of funny that she holds respect for the dead, but not so much for the living.
Okay, so I can search this database for bodies that match my needs.
Yep. Just use the filters at the top. Not many categories, but it has the basics. Age range, gender, name. Not that that'll be useful to you. Actually, that's about it.
It's enough. It'll save some time at the very least.
Okay, so you want to hoist 3 bodies today, right? You said you have 3 requests?
Yeah, but this place is kind of overwhelming. I'm hesitant to bite off more than we can chew.
What's the game plan then?
How about we just take 1 body today? We'll take it back to the factory, work on it, and see how we go.
Works for me. Here, use the database.
Oh, we know who it is. It's the chick we started with who ended up with a corpse outside her house. Curator steps away from the monitor and indicates that I should use it. I rest my sweaty hands on the keyboard and feel the cold metal buttons sting my skin. A metal keyboard. It's very fitting for this cold, lifeless place. I have 3 requests currently in the works. I managed to get photos edited for all 3 of them, thanks to taking the day off from the office. There's Emi Katsuno, the bully who I went to school with. Then there's the pink-haired girl and the woman that looked tired and worn out. I should try to find a cadaver that matches the appearance of one of those victims. I use the database's filters to search for females, and then I narrow down the age range to young adult. There are a lot of hits. Just how many people are entombed here anyway? I skim through the list of results. Since their names are meaningless to me, they might as well all be identical. Maybe they're tops and tails in there, you know? Top and tails. Just so many bodies, how are we going to fit them all in here? Especially after that, you know, massacre at the train station. But the column of data containing cold chamber identification codes is interesting. I point to one of the results out to Kojiro.
Hey, how do I know what these numbers mean? This one here is 64AB. This one is number 31AA.
Ah, okay. Letters correspond to location. First letter refers to left wall or right wall. Second letter refers to top row or bottom row.
Give me an example.
Okay, this one? Number 64AB. The A means it's on the left wall and the B means it's on the bottom row.
Left wall. That's the side I can choose from, right? The body's due for cremation?
Yep,
So I could grab number 64AB if I wanted.
up to you.
But this one here... Let's see... Number 98BA. Could I grab that?
No, you know you can't grab from the right-hand wall.
No. The first letter is B, so that's on the right wall. No go. Not scheduled for cremation.
Turns out she's not very good at databases at all. I'm surprised she hasn't lost her job yet.
I think I get it. Thanks.
I make a mental list of cold chambers on the left wall that fit my needs.
I'm going to start cracking open some of these sarcophagi.
Haha. That's a new one. Mad.
I hope that my nervousness isn't showing. I almost can't believe that I'm about to examine corpses in the flesh. Corpse Girl would be proud of me right now. As I walk over to the left wall of cold chambers, I catch a glimpse of Tomoe. She's standing by the exit, swiping on her phone as she taps her foot. I reach for the first locker I want to look at.
Here we go.
There's a metal handle on the front of the chamber. It's paired with a release button, which I gather has to be prepared and pressed in at the same time as the handle is pulled forward. I grip the handle tightly, press the button, and pull with all my strength. A hiss echoes throughout the morgue as frigid, pressured air billows out of the chamber. The door is now wide open, revealing the darkness within the locker. I peer inside. I can make out the shape of a body bag lying atop the sliding tray inside the locker.
I thought the body would slide out automatically.
No? It just pulled the tray out, like you'd pull out an oven tray.
I take a deep breath and grab the edge of the tray, then slide it out. Thankfully, the thick rollers along the bottom rail do most of the work, and once it has momentum, the tray slides out all the way out of the chamber. My prize is revealed at last, a musty white body bag packed full with a decomposing corpse.
Now what?
Just unzip the HRP.
The what?
Kojiro rolls his eyes.
The body bag. Unzip it, but cover your nose.
Oh man, it's been in the cold, should be right. I do as I'm told. My left hand pinches the nostrils, my right hand grips the tag along the bag's zipper. I tug the tag down and down, drag it along the length of the bag, and the zip makes a familiar zzz sound as I smell the decomposing corpse and vomit on the ground and fall to my knees, trying to catch my vomit and hold my nose closed at the same time. Tears well in my eyes and I can't help but cry as the stench strikes me across the face again and again, and the river of bile and sick pouring down my clothes feels like searing hot cattle prod against my skin. The sight of the corpse in the bag flickers in my vision and sears itself into my retinas, and I can't get it out of my head. Even when I close my eyes, I can't get it out of my head, and I can't not see it anymore, and I can't help but think of my own reflection and how much I resemble Noriko and Corpse Girl and the corpse in the bag all mixed together in some completely fucked up hybrid of decaying flesh and bone. I think Kojiro or Tomoe or Aoi grabs my shoulders to drag me away from the body, but Aoi isn't here anyway, and the hands feel so strong and warm and not brittle and lifeless like mine, and not slender and perfect like Aoi's, but I get dragged away regardless, and my eyes are watering and the fluorescent lights on the ceiling are magnified by my tears, and I want to tear my eyes out and get the sight of the corpse out of my mind. I've seen so many corpses over the last year. I've seen countless photos of bodies dismembered and asphyxiated and electrocuted and shot and maimed and drowned, and yet the decaying corpse in the body bag, or the HRP, as Kojiro called it, is worse than any of them, and it's worse than anything I could have ever imagined, and it's worse than me, and worse than Corpse Girl, and for a fleeting moment I begin to question what I've spent the last year doing. What am I doing involving myself with the dead and buried? The frantic screams of a girl resounding in my ears, and my eyes and nostrils, and I think she's calling my name, but it doesn't sound like my name. It sounds like Noriko, or something along those lines, maybe Yuriko. Maybe she's calling out for my sister, but my sister isn't here, and Noriko isn't here. I'm the only one here, lying on my side on the cold tile floor and covered in warm vomit and hot tears, and I feel the body lying next to me and smiling and offering me a cup of coffee from that lovely French cafe I went to one time. I picture that lifeless corpse in my mind, smiling and calling me names like Bitch Queen or Goth Bitch or Bitch Bitch. Basically any senseless names you compare with the word bitch. That word that I hate so much that Yuriko used to always call me, that Mother used to always call me. That word that carries so much hate and contempt and yet rolls off the tongue so easily. The lifeless corpse keeps calling me names, keeps taunting me, keeps growing out her long blonde hair and taunts me with her fake smile and fake eyelashes. She corners me in the classroom and pulls my hair and rips out a fistful of it and laughs and calls me bitchy bitch 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 and screams and cackles, and I realize that she's always bullied me like this, and I hate her for it because I never did anything to her. I never did anything to Emi Katsuno, but she always bullied me. She never bullied Aoi because no one was allowed to bully Aoi because the teachers all said so, and they all said that she's been through too much already, but it's okay to bully Noriko, or me or Noriko, that's fine, they all said. So Emi liked to bully me and call me bitch, and she liked to pull my hair, but that's fine because hair grows back eventually, and it meant that she didn't bully Aoi, so in a way I was protecting Aoi, and that's all that ever really mattered. And the corpse in my mind isn't Emi, but it might as well be. It might as well be her, and maybe I can make it her. Maybe the corpse can become Emi Katsuno, and if I send her the photograph of the corpse, then she might kill herself. She might kill herself.
Fuck.
Well, that was fun. My neck cracks loudly as I sit up straight. I blink a few times to clear the tears out of my eyes, and the worried faces of Kojiro and Tomoe appear in my vision.
Yo, you okay?
What the fuck, Noriko?
I spit the remnants of vomit out of my mouth.
I'm fine.
You don't fucking look fine. You chucked up all over the place.
She'll be right. Seen this kind of thing before.
Sorry, that's funny.
What do you mean?
Pretty normal to react like that to a decomposing cadaver. Surprised you're okay, Tomo?
It's Tomoe. Shit. Yeah, I'm fine. I don't like him, but I've seen corpses before.
Well, I thought Noriko had too.
Just pictures, I guess.
I'm not forgetting the carnage I witnessed at the train station, thanks to Katomi Ida. Somehow seeing a stiff cadaver in a body bag was so much more overwhelming.
Right. Are you really Corpse Girl?
Apparently.
Come on, let's get you up.
Tomoe grabs me in a sort of bear hug and lifts me to my feet. Oh, that's sweet, even though we're covered in vomit. That's nice.
Sorry about the vomit.
It's fine. It's fucked up, but it's fine.
I like Tomoe more and more every time, you know?
Call it a day?
Put my weight on my unsteady feet and step away from Tomoe.
No. There's something I need to do.
I stare straight at the corpse in the body bag. Her face is still exposed, lifeless, expressionless. Her hair is long, blonde. I imagine her with a bit of makeup, some blush, some lipstick, some fake eyelashes.
Whoever this was, she's exactly what I need for my next victim.
That worked out well.
Can we get her into the van?
Okay, I'll grab a trolley. Tomoe, give me a hand?
Ugh, if I have to.
I nod and whisper a small thanks to both of them. Still a little groggy and unstable, I make my way to the morgue's door. I'll wait in the van for now. I need to take a moment to restore my energy. The real work will begin when we get to the factory. And with that, we need to wrap this episode up because we are very much out of time for this one. 40 minutes by the look of it. I was just thinking though, you know how we kind of left Emmy's duplicate corpse outside her room? I know we're not going to get caught for stealing corpses, but like if we leave that there and then Emmy gets found and then the cops come and they pick up Emmy's body and also the duplicate Emmy's body, isn't that going to look bad? Like surely they could identify who the duplicate actually is and then they could figure out where they were last, which would be creepy dude's morgue. And then, you know, they put 2 and 2 together, unless the cops here are particularly stupid. But I guess we'll see. Hope you guys enjoyed it. Thanks for watching. Thanks again for me, and I'll see you in the next one.